Get ready, because this video is about to blow your mind. Think you've seen every crazy RC build out there? Think again. We're kicking into full turbo mode now. We've got a car that flies like a jet, drifts like a pro, tows a full-size vehicle with a real engine and even launches a fastest turbine jet just for the thrill of it. This isn't a toy, this is high-octane creativity, wild engineering, and small-scale madness all in one place. So grab your controller or pick your jaw up off the floor and join us for part 2. And before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss anything coming next. Calling this a car feels almost disrespectful. The Kyosho Inferno GT2 race spec is basically a miniature rocket disguised as an RC model. It packs 20 years of engineering refinement into a chassis that looks like a scaled-down Formula 1 machine, long, balanced, and razor-precise. It slices through corners like it's floating, or more accurately, like a hot knife carving through asphalt. At its core is the wild KE25 engine, snappy, powerful, and paired with a transmission worthy of a world-class racing setup. Even the controller means business, a 2.4 GHz digital radio with memory for up to 15 models and Metal Gear servos. This isn't driving. This is piloting a race car from the outside, and it's every bit as thrilling as it sounds. There's also a scale A380 out there that barely qualifies as a model. This beast weighs more than a 10-year-old kid, over 70 kilograms, with 4 jet engines and a wingspan pushing 5.5 meters. When it cuts through the sky, it looks impossibly light, almost like it shouldn't be real. But don't be fooled. Every flight is pure precision. Michael Brauer pilots it. Peter Michel built it. And together, they've created a flying giant that lifts off with the confidence of a full-size airliner. Its JetCat P120 turbines scream like actual airport engines, yet the machine glides so smoothly you'd swear physics just stepped aside for the day. Look at this V8 motorcycle, small enough to rest on your lap. Yes, really. It's a wild, handcrafted miniature built with the kind of confidence that laughs at limits. Every weld is made for speed, every bolt looks ready to tear through the wind, and the whole machine feels like it was engineered with pure adrenaline in mind. And that tiny V8 engine? It doesn't just sit there looking impressive. It growls like it came straight out of a muscle car. Even crazier, it actually rides. It accelerates, it turns, and it rumbles across the ground with a presence so fierce you'd swear it has a soul. If you thought this was a real helicopter, don't worry, you're not alone. This EC-135 replica doesn't just look convincing from a distance, it fools you even when it's spinning up, lifting off, and hovering like the real deal. With a 3.5-meter rotor and nearly 50 kilograms of precision engineering, it rises into the air as if it had an actual mission and crew on board. And the sound? The Jakudovsky Pro turbine delivers a pitch so authentic it feels like a rescue chopper just entered the scene. The noise pulls everyone in, the realism freezes the crowd, and for a moment, nobody knows what to do. Do we clap or contact air traffic control? How is a remote control tank pulling a real car like it's nothing more than a grocery cart? It looks totally fake at first, but it's absolutely real. This 1:6 scale RC King Tiger just hooks up to a sedan and drags it around a parking lot like it's reliving a World War II patrol, only this time in modern-day Russia. What makes it even crazier is how effortless it looks. The tracks crawl forward, the tow line tightens, and the full-size car just rolls along without a fight. No strain, no drama, just a tiny tank acting like the boss of anything parked in front of it. When it takes 2 grown men to push a small boat into the water, you already know this thing is anything but a toy. This is a scale replica of the SAR Berlin rescue vessel, massive, powerful, and built with an attention to detail that borders on intimidating. Once it hits the water, it moves with the same authority as the real ship. The presence, the stability, the way it cuts through the surface, everything commands respect. Call it a model if you want, but out on the lake, it behaves like a full-fledged rescue craft on duty. This KFC bucket experiment lives right on that line where creativity stops making sense and starts taking flight literally. The creator attempts to turn 2 chicken buckets into Magnus Effect wings, and the entire build becomes a wild mix of stubbornness, trial and error, and pure chaotic genius. The first single-engine test. A disaster. The plane yanks to one side, spins out from its own torque, and looks seconds away from turning into airborne junk. But once he switches to a dual bucket setup, everything changes. The aircraft suddenly finds balance, manages a somewhat controlled flight, and proves against all logic that spinning buckets can actually lift a plane. The final result is crooked, heavy, awkward, and constantly flirting with catastrophe, but somehow, unbelievably, it still flies. Switching gears completely, this massive 1 minute and 3.5 second scale Heinkel He 162 takes over the entire field the moment it fires up its pulsejet. The engine doesn't hum, it pulses in violent bursts, each combustion cycle hammering the air like rapid-fire punches. The whole aircraft vibrates with that raw, mechanical heartbeat, making the He 162 feel less like an RC plane and more like a living relic roaring back to life. This machine shows up with the stance of a miniature missile. Even before the engine comes alive, you can tell the entire design was built for one purpose: speed. Every line, every angle, every detail screams aerodynamic precision. Once it fires up, it stops being a model and becomes a rocket disguised as a plane. Air and fuel turn into explosive bursts of thrust, pushing it forward with a force that feels almost unreal. It's not just fast, it's aggressively, unapologetically built to fly like it wants to break the sound barrier. Think you've seen everything in the RC world? Then take a look at this Ford F450 rolling in like it owns the place. With chrome stacks instead of regular exhausts and a growl that sounds straight out of a heavy hauler, it's basically a mini monster on wheels. Under the hood, the Toyon FSL 200 engine fires up and puffs smoke with attitude, like it's burning pride instead of fuel. And the best part? This tiny beast shows off the swagger of a full-size work truck, demanding respect without even trying. Meet the RC State Route 71 Blackbird, a jet-powered monster that looks less like a model and more like something pulled straight from a classified hangar. Spanning over 3 meters and weighing around 40 kilograms, it's pushed by twin JetCat 140RX-1 turbines that give it the unmistakable presence of the real Blackbird. This isn't a simple build, it's 9 years of pure dedication. Its creator perfected every curve and panel before debuting it at the 2017 Top 1 scale event. And when those turbines roared to life, the runway trembled and everyone watching knew they were witnessing something extraordinary. It didn't just take off, it dominated the sky. Lose sight for a second and it's already a speck on the horizon. This RC jet doesn't behave like a model, it behaves like a weapon disguised as a weekend hobby. The name says hell, and it absolutely lives up to it. Built from rugged GFK and driven by a Behotech turbine delivering 7.5 kilos of raw thrust, it inhales kerosene and unleashes a scream that cuts straight through the air. The moment it leaves the runway, the world vibrates. The top speed? A blistering 727 kilometers per hour, yes, outrunning more than a few full-scale aircraft. And the pilot? Calm as a monk, clutching a controller while commanding a streak that barely even looks physical. On the ground, you'll notice its shadow tearing past long before the roar finally arrives. This isn't flying. It's controlled chaos at Mach attitude.